Really? This is just outrageous.
Well, I'm finally starting to see things. I guess this is about time's up for me.
Yeah, nice to make your acquaintance, too. I'm Gail. And I don't know. I don't wear a watch.
that's funny. That's funny. You're really funny. You should take my job. I'm sure they'd love to replace me.
This is Timothy. He's about 11 now. We used to watch you every Sunday at 8. It was our special time together.
And like all good things, it has to come to an end.
Yeah, it did. John, you know what you need to do. Why don't you just do it?
You think it's that easy? You think it's that, yeah. Yeah, this is going in my comeback routine, all right? So my fairy godmother, or whoever the fuck you are, shows up and says, oh, it's that easy, just do it. Just do it. Okay, I'm done trying. All right, whoever you think you know, they're gone. They're dead. They're never coming back. So just do what you do and disappear and leave me be.
Okay.
Oh! What? What are you...
Don't panic. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Like they said, I'm John, or Nicolas Cage doesn't turn down a role. They'll have him going, Lieutenant Dan, you didn't have any legs. Mom?
He would cross his eyes, and he would stick out his tongue, and he'd even pull down his pants during when I was making dinner. Anything for a laugh. Anything.
John was a whale in a little pond. I mean, we went through thick and thin together. And yeah, it was an honor to accompany him throughout his journey.
It was all up in the air for him. He considered so many things, but comedy wasn't one of them. Until he called me one night.
Home of the brave. When I kick it right, and I'm like, yeah, nailed it. Up goes the curtain, right? Dudes are grinding, and they're like, yeah, check out my cod piece. And the ladies could have lifted a fucking piano. It was amazing, right? They're just like, yeah, it looked like Macho Man Randy Savage.
After that night, I mean, he started writing stand-up. He would do it during calculus. You could hear him practice in the shower.
And that's my favorite character, by the way. I want to see a chill Lieutenant Dan. I want to see Owen Wilson like a, no, let's take a time out. All right, don't salute me. I don't want to be the bad guy here. I want to be your friend.
I had to see it to believe it. Finally, John found his true calling. And, it was awesome to see him on stage. He was everything the audience wanted. And more importantly, what they needed.
Wow, that seems like a lifetime ago. That was the proudest moment of my run. Until...
I know.
Outrageous Comedy Club was my first internship in the city. I was just this scrawny woman from Illinois. The first few weeks were probably the hardest to get through. Until one Friday night.
John never brought any girls around with us. I mean, like, ever. He was always so scared about it. I mean, we tried to get him to talk to people at the bar and he wouldn't even do it. But the first time he brought Mary around, I knew something was different. I knew that they connected.
It wasn't just his smile or his sense of humor. It was everything about him. He was home. He was my whole life. And I just knew that someday we would settle down and raise a family.
John would travel from the West Coast to the East Coast to the West Coast, back to the East Coast, and he never canceled a show. Not frickin' once.
Those were a tough couple of months. But I was the happiest woman in the world whenever he came back to New York. We spent every second together, and it was like we were never apart.
My son would call me every night just to let me know how he was doing. He even invited me to the premiere of his movie.
He locked himself in his room for days. He wouldn't let anyone come in, not even me.
He called me one night, and he said he was ready to come back, but I could tell in his voice that he wasn't ready. I mean, those few first rehearsals were really rough. His eyes were bloodshot. I mean, he was always sweaty, and his breath, it reeked of alcohol. And I got really scared. Alcohol. Scared.
Okay, I get it. Intervention. All right, please don't show me anymore.
Nothing, John. You haven't even seen the worst part yet.
There's only so much you can do. Canceling his show. Going in and out of rehab like a jack-in-the-box. I thought I was losing my son.
I still remember the day he confessed to me that he couldn't change. I will think about that every day until I die.
I really wish he loved himself more than we loved him. He had everything to live for, and we all thought that. I warned him. I said, buddy, look, I hate to see what this is doing to you. You gotta stop. And done.
Comedy takes a moment of silence for legend John Bailey. Last night, the 27-year-old comedian was found dead in his apartment. Authorities say cause of death was a drug overdose.
John was my angel. My sunshine. I was 53 the day that it happened. And
I'm so sorry, I can't do this.
Mom. Mary. Mary. Mom. Mary, I'm sorry. I'll do anything. Mom? No, it's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. I was actually just gonna call you. Mom, I want to let you know that I love you very much. Happy birthday.